just for like a few seconds, we can ha 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 or something, but which gives us time to let Steve, run naked down the hallway.
You are over decibeling the freaking computer.
It's because it's Widow and she's roast beef.
I know.
We're golden. We're live.
You're so golden.
We live, baby.
We live, baby. We made it here finally.
I feel like I never know what to do with my hands sitting here.
That's fair. You cut yourself off.
I mean, you can flap your wings like a bird.
That's
Yes.
the one video.
Literally.
Oh, shh.
Yes, we're recording now. You're good to go, Steve. We can put that in there. This will be our very first episode. We're all figuring it out together. We're winging it.
Yick. Oh, boom!
Launch day. Okay. Most of you probably already know who we are. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here, right?
I don't know, maybe.
Most?
But for the select few who do not know us,
I accidentally stopped it at
we are just a
1:35
group of
first.
people
There you go.
who come from various backgrounds. Some traumatic, some very traumatic. Hence the reason for this podcast.
You're
to help
gonna
people.
You're gonna hear things that you're probably gonna understand mostly, and other things you're gonna sit there and think, "Huh, I would have never done something like that." You won't know until you're there. Opinions are. We won't say that. But you understand the gist, especially if you've been in Virginia as long as we have. So yeah, this is Trash Talk. We're finally here. I'm Trish. Naturally. You've seen me around. You've worked with me. You joked with me. Had food with me. Something. You're here for a reason. You're here for the rumors.
Or maybe they talk trash.
Yeah, that's what it is.
That's okay, too.
That's okay, too.
You're welcome as well.
Yes. Everybody's welcome, even all the haters. Go for it. Mm-hmm. We got Hoss.
Yes,
Come
disclaimer,
closer.
You may hear the corniest of dad jokes and corny puns all throughout the episode. Bunch of lyrics.
You'll hear Steve in the background doing his thing. Everybody knows who Steve is. And then we have the
And that's
lovely
me.
Ashley.
I'm Ashley. And we're all here for the same reason. I mean, I'll be real honest. I didn't understand how much of my life was seen as taboo until others told me it wasn't a normal life to live. And I'm pretty sure there's other people out there like that. Maybe, maybe not.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I'm putting it out there. I guess secretly we got tired of being pushed to the side or swept underneath the rug. So here we are talking about pretty much everything that you can think of without the embarrassment or the judgment or the crazy stares that sometimes people will give you for being totally honest. Yep.
A judgment-free zone to finally be validated.
Yeah, do you
That's
know how
right.
many people try to get us to literally cancel this thing?
Yeah.
Like, first and foremost, if somebody is starting a podcast around you, like, it doesn't matter if it's like a family or a friend or anything like that, make sure that you don't sit there and cry in a parking lot and tell them how horrible you are and I don't want my story out there because, oh, people are going to look at me wrong, even though they did it to you.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know who that could be.
I have no idea.
It's a mystery. Maybe it's a little bit of everybody.
So here we are. Well, first things first, we've already done like our little introductions. I never really grew up around the Tri-City area, so I'll just make it short and sweet. I grew up in Richmond. I moved down here when I was 18. I got married really young. And though I don't regret my marriage because, of course, it gave us our lovely daughter, Kira, I do regret the fact that I got married young. I was still a kid. There was a lot. And in between there, like, besides the unhealthy communication, the unhealthy boundaries, I I also invited in some like really bad people to be my friends. So here I am. I ended up meeting some cool ones along the way, though, even though we were blacklisted and black sheeped, and that's how Trash Talk came to be. But I met Ashley in 2012 when I moved to Dinwiddie County. I met this guy over here when I was still in Prince George in 2011. And yeah, it's been Dinwiddie County ever since then. It's 2023 now. I got separated in 2021, even though other people don't think so.
Just for the record.
For the record, I have papers.
Attention, everybody in the back.
Take several seats. It is not what you heard. Sorry. Separated in 2021, and here we are in 2023 after the worst year ever. If your friends are going through a divorce, do not go against them. That is all I'm saying. They need you now more than ever. That is my 2 cents.
Yeah.
And now, Hoss. Hoss has a better story than me.
Not so much. I grew up in Dinwiddie County my whole life. You know, the first 19 years, just doing normal things, playing outside, yada, yada, yada. Decided it'd be a good idea to join the Marine Corps. Got a bunch of battle scars, a bunch of emotional scars. Did 4 years, got robbed blind, got identity theft, made some questionable decisions, did some questionable things that most people won't even understand. That's to become later on in the podcast. Then, lo and behold, made some, wouldn't really say completely stupid decisions because it made me the man I am today, but made a lot of mistakes along the way. When, as a veteran with PTSD, you kind of,
Don't mind our dog in the background. Like that.
Pause for a moment.
We will.
Oh.
Oh, or not. We're just gonna wing it on the first episode. Don't mind my dog. She's
Look, dogs
blind.
are welcome to listen to. You know what I mean?
I told you Widow was gonna be here.
We're just giving them something in
You
here.
thought I was playing. I told you in the post. She got the tea too. But go ahead.
But yeah, so made a few mistakes along the way as a veteran with PTSD. You kind of, it makes you question yourself and your self-worth and where to be in life and where you fit in. So when someone comes along when you're at your lowest point and tells you everything that you want to hear, they're pretty much your greatest gift. So you jump at the fact that somebody's actually there, so you jump the gun, get married, spend 15 years still questioning yourself, only to realize that it wasn't the right path you should have chosen. So got separated in 2021 as well. In June, here we are going on 2 years of being separated, and it's one of those things of, it's quite a battle when, like, Trish was saying, when your friends are going through something, the best thing for you to do is to be there with them instead of against them. And when everybody in the world turns your back on them, it's those select few who are biased and in the neutral zone that really show their colors and show you who they are and support you for what you're actually going through instead of what was said about you. People can be your greatest enemy and your greatest friend all at the same time.
Yeah.
So here we are
people
today.
Are just scared, I think that it's just, I think it's one of those things where they don't want to go against what's being said by multiple people because then they'll be blacklisted too. So it's kind of like one of those things where it could be one or the other. Sometimes they like the gossip. Sometimes they like the drama.
That's what I was going to say. Sometimes people, live for it. It's like, oh, well, I don't have anything going on in my life, so let me surround myself with somebody else's situation. I mean...
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's...
Which makes sense, because...
My life is in shambles. Here's something cool and interesting. Let me shift the focus away from me and make them talk about somebody else for a change.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that's not the way to do it. You should never just base your opinion on what someone else is saying. It doesn't matter if it's someone you've known for a really long time. If you wouldn't want it done to you, you need to go back to kindergarten and think, treat those as you would like to be treated.
Right.
Which is, I mean, technically, thanks for doing that, because, hey, we wouldn't be right here with a really cool,
I guess some people skip that
colorful
lesson.
story.
Yeah,
They skip that in
were
class.
in the back of the line instead of the line leader, so
Right.
Well,
yeah.
it happens.
Former hall monitor, it's one of those. No, I'm just kidding.
And then we got Ashley.
Yeah, so I'm not going to talk too much about childhood because I wasn't here.
Yeah.
I mean, I will later in the podcast, but I grew up in Florida. I came here in high school.
Yeah.
Yeah, high school. I quickly learned the education system is way behind most states here. So that was a surprise to learn about, but I am here.
Sorry.
Kind of the same things. I mean, childhood trauma, abandonment issues. I'm married, but everything's not golden, and I feel like people don't talk about that enough. Like, marriages aren't perfect.
Yeah.
You're either going to work through it or you're not.
Exactly.
So I deal with that. I got a whole bunch of kids. So, the moms out there, I have so much to relate to and so much advice to give. And, my friend circle's small. Like it's pretty much you guys and then my family, but I found that to be best. It was hard at first.
Yeah. It makes you feel really lonely when you have to cut off the ones you've known for so long.
But at this point, I'd rather feel a ounce of lonely than everything else I was going through. I mean, we'll touch more in other, podcasts, but just briefly, kind of like what Hoss was talking about. When I went through a certain situation, you see how quickly people switch it up. And I'm like, I'm looking back, and this is why outside of social media, this is speaking to the podcast, you'll probably see me on the TikTok and the YouTube, but probably not much of like the Facebook, just because I cut out that social aspect, and I don't know. It's like a big hole in the ground. Like, do you step in it and find out how deep it is?
No.
Or, right. So,
I literally just got rid of Facebook, and I will tell
so I'm
you,
just tiptoe back.
It's been great. Like, I think the last time I got on was the first of the month somewhere, and I haven't had any issues. I've had a few actually get mad because I wasn't on there. It's
like, where'd you go?
Negative. Like,
Yeah.
It's so negative. I don't understand the difference between it because it's all social media, right? But TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, it's nowhere near toxic as Facebook. Like, maybe there's just more people on there.
I think it's just it's a more closed environment. Like Facebook, you don't have people from California coming to find your page. You know what I mean? But now YouTube, TikTok, that's all over.
Yeah.
So in a sense, you would think it'd be more judgmental, but maybe it's not.
Yeah.
Maybe
you
it's
have more
different
keyboard
points
warriors
of view
on YouTube.
and different perspective. I don't know what it is, but
yeah. There's some people that start like a few arguments or something on Instagram or YouTube, and you have your keyboard warriors.
Right. Oh, 100%.
Other than that, like, I don't know, it just feels different on Facebook.
Hey, I type 98 words a minute. So if you want to argue through messages and comments, like, we can do that.
No, we fully have a disclaimer, okay?
Yeah.
Not everything you hear on this podcast, and make this 100% clear, is what you're going to agree with. There's probably going to be about 90%. That's okay, too. The only thing is that as much as we respect other people's lives and how they live it, respect ours. If you can't do that, naturally, you're free to leave. You're free to listen. You're free to do whatever you like.
I mean, I'm open to the opinions. Like, I'm honestly looking forward to hearing other people's opinions. It's just an outside look on things.
Yes.
And
that's totally
different.
different.
Be so nice.
Yes.
I mean, I'm sure some we won't agree with, but that's what it's for.
That's fine.
Nobody's going to agree.
That's totally fine.
That's like...
Let's talking more about, like, the arguments.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But like different opinions, hell yeah. I love constructive criticism.
Yep.
Most people have too much pride and they take it to like the extreme of, oh my God, don't you ever say anything about what I'm doing with my life. It's perfect. Nobody's
Right.
life is perfect.
No, absolutely.
And don't
not.
ever sit there and think that people didn't try in their marriages for years by themselves. Don't know who
Amen.
that could be.
Yeah.
But you know, what do I know?
Yeah.
It's just, it's a thing, and everybody goes through differently. Somebody in
Yeah.
the same situation could have handled it very differently, and I'm down to hear about all that. Like, I'm excited. I'm excited for when people start to come talk with us. I'm kind of anxious about that. I don't know. We'll see.
It's a hit or
but-
miss. It's like you got, we all know each other, but then you throw in this outside.
Right, we're gonna be sitting here like,
You have such a nice, calming voice. Here you go.
oh, no. Yeah. You have this
Dude, yeah.
outsider that shows up and it's like, hey, I got some trauma. Can I speak about it? And that's exactly what we're here for.
yep.
Is to be that shoulder, that ear to listen for somebody to say, hey, I thought I was alone, but it turns out I got much more in common with the regular world than I thought I did.
I agree with all of this. Have you ever thought about doing ASMR?
Yeah.
Because that's nice.
I did nothing.
It's so soothing.
You just gotta read a book.
It's like a
just
dad
read a
voice.
book
Do it
into the
again.
microphone.
On today's episode, the chapter 7 of Moby Dick. It was a great white whale. One of preposterous magnitude.
Watch our whole podcast turn into everybody's like, we need Haas. We need
Oh, they
Haas."
are. Especially, you gotta do the German at least once. We did it during the bloopers, and he was speaking German, so at least once.
Yeah, guten Tag means good morning. I know a bunch of different languages. Jumbo is Swahili for hello, and sprechen Sie Deutsch, that's German for do you speak German.
It always sounds so wrong.
It does.
Every time I hear it, I'm like,
like
oh,
it.
what did he say? Is it rude? I want to say it.
I don't know. Somebody's gonna get up on here and be like, "That is not how you say it," but say it again.
Hola,
Say it
me
again.
llamo Jean. ¿Cómo estás?
Full disclaimer for me, I don't want to ever offend anybody.
Yeah.
And that being said, I have this thing where I do like horrible imitations of accents. And I mean, they're not good. Like, they're horrible. And I wouldn't want somebody who, speaks British to be like, was that supposed to be British? Because now I'm offended because it sounded horrible. That's just part of what I do. Like, I don't know why. I don't know where it comes from.
Oh, yes.
Maybe other people do this. I don't
do.
know. I'll literally be at work and I will change my accent, like talking to a customer, and they look at me like, what are you doing? Oh, let me go back. My bad. Or I'll forget. I'm like, I just spoke to this
But
old
that's
lady
who
in
you are.
British.
That's who he is. Like, that's all I've ever known, and it's
Plucky
never
comic
offended me.
relief.
It's never offended me.
Laughter
Right.
is the best medicine.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
You could
saying.
literally change it, and you just be like, laughter is the best medicine. Or you could be like, laughter is the best medicine. You just change everything. You can go
My
from
cheeks
Mario
always
to Arnold.
hurt when I
Doesn't
leave
matter.
here. Like,
Do you know
the
how many
muscles.
people have said that to me, including this guy, but also my store director, which is funny because I feel like eventually they're going to show him this. But I miss him. He was funny. So I made him laugh so hard that his ears hurt. And he's like,
Yeah.
stop it.
Like, quit. You're physically hurting me.
It's like, yeah, but you were just laughing.
I just
like a
need to-
minute ago.
Clarify. I was talking about the cheeks on my face. I don't want to get any mixed
I didn't even-
opinions here.
I didn't even think
Every
that far.
time I leave
Yeah.
here, my cheeks hurt.
It's like, oh,
Because
man.
I'm clapping off.
Everybody says
I'm
that.
telling you, man, that's a podcast for you.
I mean,
And cut.
the rumors are true.
Physical and
The
emotional
Yance
benefits.
family, they've been clapping those cheeks.
Clapping cheeks.
Ruining marriages, ruining families.
That's one heck of a round of applause.
It really sounds like.
Have you ever seen that TikTok where they put the lights underneath like the bed, and when you clap, it goes off?
No.
Oh my. Yeah, the guy's like, they're like, oh my God, I invite somebody over for a sleepover. And the dude's like, oh yeah, man, check these lights out. And he goes, on, off, on, off. And, then
And he just stares at him, and
it
his
fades
friend's
out
like,
to the outside picture of the street view of the house.
it's
And all of a
just a
sudden,
bunch of
the lights just flicker so fast like a strobe.
so his friend looked scared. He was like, "We do, man. I just wanted to sleep over."
Oh my god. I'm gonna have to
It's so
find that one. I'm gonna have to
But
find
yeah,
it.
this is our very first one. So this is just really going over everything, like as far as introductions and disclaimers. That way, y'all can come back when we offend you
Yeah.
with a story or two.
I mean, we understand that people suck. It's just
Yeah.
a matter of maybe they don't know that they suck and they need us to tell them.
And here you said you didn't want to offend nobody.
So, I mean, you never know. Like, hey, you're being an asshole. Oh, maybe I'm an asshole.
Yeah, maybe I'm the problem instead of
Exactly. Maybe they just need to know. They just don't know.
or they do know, but they don't want someone else to tell them that.
Right.
They'd rather,
But are they really
Keep
going to
it
be like,
secret.
yeah, I know.
Yeah, guilty. It's me.
Guilty,
I mean,
100%.
Doubtful.
No.
I feel like if you have never sat there and admitted at one point in your life that you were toxic
Yeah.
to anybody, then you fully have not
Oh,
grown.
yeah.
I will 100% be right there telling you, yeah, I messed up.
Yeah,
I did
that.
this, and this is the details of why I did that, and it may not be everybody's cup of tea, but it was mine.
Make people in our lives write sentences and shit. I will not be an asshole when I hang out with Ashley. Maybe it'll work.
It has not worked for us since like 2012. So
Yeah.
yeah, fist bump from afar.
They either go home and cry about being an asshole, or they're like, nah, not me. It's not me. They're the asshole. That's right.
I mean, and plus we're gonna have people on here that are talking about their own stories and experiences, and there's, like I said, there's gonna be a lot of stuff that is gonna be uncomfortable. There's gonna be things that people really don't want to hear or talk about, and that's totally okay. That's totally fine. But we're just warning you.
Yeah.
We're still gonna talk about it. So there could be depression, anxiety, but as far as like,
We
sexual
are
assault
going
and
to try
stuff
to
too.
keep it like genre related, right? So
Yeah.
if a specific subject makes you uncomfortable, just skip that episode.
Just skip it.
Go
'Cause
to a
literally,
different one.
It's still gonna happen.
Yeah.
Regardless if you like it or not. Like,
And I'm
this-
not gonna put like at 2 minutes and 10 seconds is where shit gets real. I'm not gonna do that. Just don't watch that one.
Yeah.
Move on.
Yeah. Move on. And at first, we talked about like religious beliefs, politics, and stuff like that, like not putting it in there.
Yeah, it starts
But
to be
then
arguments.
we had a couple people ask if they did come on,
I feel like
would they
that's
be
just-
able to? And that's to be continued.
yeah.
Only because
It's just
people are.
it's a rabbit hole, man.
It is.
It's almost trying to start an argument.
Thank you. And that's what I was trying to avoid without being mean, without like, I'm totally all for any God
Right.
that you have that helped you. That's awesome.
Right.
But there's so many people out there that love that kind of conversation just to fuel a fire.
Yep.
Because they're not thinking about your situation or your story. They're thinking about their own personal story that gave them PTSD or what have you. I don't know. Something. And they'll start other things.
Right.
Don't get us involved.
Next thing, I will gladly just slide out of that one.
Literally. So, but that's going to be our disclaimer. We're going to put that into the video. We're all for talking about most things, but we're trying to avoid any type of, I guess, like super negative reactions from people when it comes to like religion and stuff like that. But you never know. We could have something on here. Who knows?
Yeah.
And we
still
have
in the
no
making.
clue what our second episode is going to be, so you're going to have to come back, obviously. But it's going to be intense.
Yeah.
On a couple.
Yeah, and 90% of these
Hollis might cry.
aren't just, yeah, I'm an emotional guy. You know,
We'll cry with you. It's okay.
Only recently, you know, for 20 years of your life being a Marine and everything, they tell you, hey, you know, if the Marine Corps wanted you to have emotions, it would have issued it to you. So, yeah, all of these stories are not just something that somebody's read a book on. Chances are when people share these stories, it's because they have went through it personally, or they're so close with someone who's went through it that it has a special spot for them in their mind that's caused them some sort of traumatic stress. So we're not just putting stuff out there to be like, oh, hey, you know, nobody wants to talk about it, but I feel like talking about it, but I can't relate to it. These are our stories. These are y'all's stories.
Yeah.
You know, it's personal growth.
Yeah. And it's, you know, making being human normal again instead of completely abnormal. You're going to make mistakes, okay? Life is just full of them. You could be 45 years old and still making mistakes. Nobody should judge you for that, though. And that's what we're here for, is to literally make the taboo
A little less
Less
taboo.
a little less. So,
Man.
well, I guess that's our first one.
Yeah.
For now. You know, we're probably going to...
Follow all the ats.
Oh, God, yeah.
The whole shebang.
The TikTok. I mean, we have it on our Facebook. Most of you have seen us on the Facebook.
Like, subscribe. Notifications on.
The Facebook.
The Facebook.
That's what Becky called it. And then she sat there and asked me if we had any of the Whiffy.
Oh, it took me a minute. I'm like, the whiffy? What
The
are we talking about
whiffy.
here?
Look, butt cheeks. That's not what we were saying.
Cheeks.
God, my cheeks hurt. Oh, God.
But yeah, this is what you're going to hear most of the time. It's going to be raw, real, unedited. Cheeks, apparently.
Cheeks.
Whittles barking in the background. But yeah, every Wednesday, 6 o'clock, we'll be here.
Whether you like it or not.
Literally. It'll be on there, whether you get off at, 6:30, 8. You a night shift person? I love night shift. Night shift's the best. It'll still be there.
So quiet. Night shift is so quiet.
It is. I love it so much.
Yeah, I work nights, so
I love
this is I have to be at work in about 6 hours. So yeah, this is
Not me.
This is right before you take that luxurious nap.
yeah.
Where we
It's
walk
nap
in there and
time.
you're just all like, mouth open.
Yes, where my soul leaves my body and the only thing you hear is a faint snore with the eyes wide open.
You sleep with your eyes open?
I have sometimes.
It's really creepy. I woke up and
my
turned over and he was still staring at me.
Yeah.
My dad used to sleep with one open.
I've slept with both.
So I'd go to be like, Dad, I need to go downstairs for some water. And he'd be like, wait, shit, is he awake?
We went to the beach some years back and I couldn't sleep. But apparently I was asleep and she comes down the stairs and I look over and I'm like, can't sleep. Scared the bejesus.
It wasn't even like that. Don't let him tell that story. No. I came downstairs. It was quiet. You could hear the waves crashing. It was beautiful. The moon was out. I was like, oh man, I could sit out on the porch, drink my cup of coffee. So I'm like, that's what I'm going to do because the coffee maker isn't even that loud, right? Nope. Somebody had other plans. I come down the stairs and he literally, as I'm like opening the door just a shade to feel the breeze from the ocean, can't sleep, huh? And he's like, ah! And guess what? nobody woke up. And he was like, sorry. I didn't mean to scare you. How would you feel in a pitch black beach house that you
Can't
don't know?
sleep, Mom.
Doesn't that sound like some sort of commercial? Can't sleep?
Try this nightcap. He'll put you to sleep in 5 seconds.
Can't
From
sleep.
fear and shock.
Yeah, disclaimer, when you're in the Marine Corps and you go to the combat zone, they tell you not to get comfortable sleeping. Stay on edge. So
That's
the
your life?
slightest noise whatsoever, the AC cuts
God,
off. Boom.
that's horrible.
Staring awake. A pin drops. Boom. The refrigerator turns on the house next door. Yep, what was that? It's wild.
I kind of sleep like that, but I wasn't in the Marines.
I mean, I wake up a bunch of times throughout the night, but I don't pop my eyeballs open or sleep with my eyeballs open going like this.
Gripping your pillow tight.
Like,
Wish I recorded that on my phone. That's a TikTok clip right there.
well, we're going to set up like a camera and stuff too, so everybody can just see
Yeah, I'm just waiting for him
our
to stand.
character. But like I said, this is just the beginning.
And for those moments
be patient
when we're
with
all
us.
dying laughing, but on the podcast it just sounds like
No,
It'll make
see,
sense.
I wheeze so they'll know it's me. They're like, oh, Trish,
well, I do that, so we're all just gonna be like
Trish is on her bullshit again. Like,
Is this a podcast or Friday the 13th? I feel like I hear it screeching.
I hear a piggy.
Head for the cemetery.
But yeah, so join us next Wednesday. This is just our introductory one. It may be boring for most people, but this is where you get to know ourselves, our personality, our character. If you didn't already know, which I'm sure that's, again, why like 80% of you are here, is because I make your cheeks hurt. Just
now I'm crying so they're wet. Leaving with wet cheeks.
Suddenly, the room just got heated. In the corner, sitting in the chair with wet
Open
cheeks.
that goddamn front door.
I need some air in here.
You're all sweaty. Toasty. Toasty wet cheeks.
Cinnamon toast cheeks. Out on
You
the
better
ro-
stop or she's gonna put that shit on a sandwich.
Out on the lawn, there rose such a clatter.
Don't knock it till you tried it. I'm telling you.
Don't talk shit.
Like, it's a craving of mine right now. You put chips on a sandwich. It's a crunchy sandwich. It's amazing.
It's a crunchy
It's a homemade crunch wrap.
You don't know what
You
to
don't talk about my crunchy sandwiches.
Don't you ever disrespect my crunchy sandwich.
Oh,
Nobody messes with the new.
I'm dead.
It's your homemade crunch wrap.
Ooh, no. I feel like I would get heartburn from the hamburger meat. Crunch wraps right now.
You could get turkey sausage. The roll of turkey sausage and
Ew.
mild.
in place of taco meat.
Oh, it's so good.
In place of taco meat, though, I can understand, like, replace your breakfast sausage or, like, turkey bacon. I love turkey bacon.
It's good stuff. We made
Turkey
this on a food
bacon's really
episode, too.
good. We made bacon pancakes.
Making bacon
Oh,
pancakes.
Ooh, making bacon pancakes.
It was
What is
like,
that
Put the
from?
bacon in, you put it in the pancake. It's a Adventure Time.
Is it?
It is.
Is that where I got it from?
I'm pretty sure it is.
It is.
bacon,
Making
Never
pancakes.
seen it, but
Put the bacon in, you put it in the pancake.
What was
Making
it? Was it
pancakes.
20?
That's what I'm gonna make. Bacon pancakes.
it was 20. It was either 2017 or 2018 vacation where we had that bed and breakfast house.
You talking about the one that was like the cement house?
Yeah.
Oh, I think that was 2019.
Well, I had the Tundra because Steve tried to wreck me. He grabbed my head.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
was 2019. Didn't you still have it in 2019?
I got rid of it in
forget
18.
It was probably 18.
Yeah.
I have to look back on my
That was the
pictures.
first time I woke up to the smell of pancakes, and I love pancakes. I could eat like 20 of them things. I smelled it. Trish was like, "Oh, I'm putting bacon inside the pancake mix. They're bacon pancakes. I'm gonna make banana ones
do like
too."
a line on like a griddle, and then you just put.
Oh,
Oh, I
on
saw that.
Literally.
And then it's inside it.
It was the
mix
best
on
thing
top
since
of
sliced
that.
bread.
And it's good. Like you
That
flip
sounds
it
good.
over, and it's right inside the pancake because you're putting more like on there
Right.
over the bacon, so it's amazing.
That sounds
It's
amazing.
beautiful, and you should totally try it if you haven't already.
Banana ones are good
It's so good. Ooh, the banana
too. The
ones.
banana ones were like, oh my god.
I hate
They're
banana.
fire. You know, everything that I love.
I'm just over here like, bleh, gross. Don't eat that.
Look, we said no judgment.
I'm judging you. I fucking hate bananas.
Straight out the gate. Trigger!
Now, I will eat peanut butter and banana sandwiches because
You hate banana.
Face on Nickelodeon told me it's good for you when I was little. So
Oh,
it's the
because Face
only-
said it?
Yeah. If
That's
you don't know
fair.
who
Face
Face
is-
is, you're too young to be
I
here.
was going to say Faces.
You don't know. Get the fuck out, Haas. Get out.
I don't know who.
Oh my
Face,
god.
bro, it's on Nickelodeon. It was a single
I've
color.
told him about this. I've told
The
him
whole
about
screen
Face.
lights up in the color, and it's just his face. Here,
I
you
got
know what?
nothing.
Where my phone at?
I blame my older brother. You know,
He's going to blame being poor.
he
Look, I'm pulling
he
up a
limited me
snippet
on
for
things.
you.
He kicked me outside and said, "Stay away from the TV and the games."
God. You're going to hear a lot of that too. Like, his brother, he was just cruel
That?
to tiny
Bro.
little house.
That is.
What is that? Oh my god, she found it.
Bro, the internet is insane.
God. Oh yeah, we're still recording, so we can't be quiet while we're recording. So we'll watch the Face video and
Yeah.
end this video really quick and say thanks for coming for 36 minutes. Even though we said that we were gonna make it
this
short.
is Face. Does it look familiar to you?
He had a childhood where he was deprived a lot. You'll hear about it, I promise you. So on that note, as she is shoving Face into Hoss's vision.
Man.
He told me to eat peanut butter banana sandwiches.
So you're shoving face and you got wet cheeks. So yeah, that's
Yeah.
great
This is where we're
episode.
at.
Great episode, you guys. High fives all the way around. We appreciate it. Yay!
And the crowd goes wild.
Join us again next Wednesday. We'll be here. It'll be at 6 o'clock like normal. And, look out for our TikTok stuff because that's going to be behind the scenes and our Facebook postings because we're still going to do that too. Anything else?
Bye.
Bye.
Arrivederci.
Oh, he's fancier than
So
we are.
fancy.
So fancy.
Ciao.
Appreciate you. Thank you. Until we meet again.
Buenos tardes.